once again, welcome back. We have looked at Raj's cafe and we have understood that he needed help, and we are going to now help Raj prepare his financial statement through a mechanism called accounting equation mechanism. But before that, our ultimate objective is for Raj to prepare a financial statements, basically the balance sheet, the income statement and the cash flow statement. Let us quickly look at what is this balance sheet. Like we explained before, balance sheet is a statement that gives us at any particular point in time what the company owns in terms of resources called as assets, and how did they fund these assets, basically the source of funding of the assets, also called as equity and liability. Thus, the balance sheet can be represented by the accounting equation assets are equal to liability plus equity. Let us now use the accounting equation to record a few transactions. This will make it simple and we will be able to understand better how transaction is recorded using a simple equation. Let's start. John contributes 500,000 through a bank account towards share capital for starting his business, John Enterprise. How do we represent this in the form of an accounting equation to represent the balance sheet? The transaction involves two elements in the balance sheet, one the capital and the second the bank account. John deposited the money into the bank and hence it affects the bank account. Where did the money come from in the bank? The amount has been funded by John, or we can say through the capital or share capital or contributed capital in this case. Thus, the two accounts affected are capital and the bank account, thus satisfying the equation assets equal to liability plus equity. So, remember rule 1, every transaction has a bearing on at least two accounts in the balance sheet. Remember, at least two accounts in the balance sheet. Let us now continue the transaction. Suppose the company buys furniture for $30,000 through the bank account. Let's now see what are the two accounts that get affected, furniture and bank account. Furniture increases by 30,000 and bank account reduces by $30,000. So, what does it mean to us? That brings us to rule 2. Irrespective of what the transaction is, the balance sheet identity always is preserved. That is, assets are always equal to liability plus equity. Let us continue this example further. Let's say John Enterprise now renders some services and the customer is billed for $80,000. What are the accounts that get affected? Here, income goes up by $80,000, and since the customer has not yet paid, we record a receivables of $80,000. Both the income and the receivables have to enter the balance sheet in some place. Where do we record it? Receivables are assets and hence it goes into the asset account. And income is part of the retained earnings, which is again part of the capital, and therefore 80,000 gets into the retained earnings of the balance sheet. So, that brings us to the next rule, which says that both income and expenses are to be recorded in retained earnings. Anything other than income and expenses cannot enter the retained earnings. Let us now look at the expense part of the example. Let's assume the firm pays $9,000 as rent through the bank account. Which are the two accounts that get affected? The bank account decreases by $9,000 and the retained earnings also decreases by $9,000. That brings us to the rule 3. Once again, I will repeat. Transaction which results in revenue or expense have a bearing on the retained earnings, because ultimately income and expense belong to the capital people, and therefore retained earnings, when it gets affected, indirectly it reflects into the capital account. Also, corollary, transactions which do not result in revenue or expenses have no bearing on the returned earnings. If you remember the first two transactions, that of contributed capital and buying furniture, these do not affect the income statement or they do not affect the retained earnings. They affect only the balance sheet, as they are not income nor expense. They relate to the balance sheet asset or they relate to the liability and equity part of the balance sheet. Hope this accounting equation was simple. You can solve some examples that we have given in the exercise to get a more hang on how to use accounting equation to record the transaction. Before we go into detailed transaction listing to prepare the balance sheet, there are three important accounting concepts that we need to discuss before we move further. One of the most important concept is called as entity concept. Entity concept states that the business organization and the owners are considered as two separate entities. The business is viewed as a separate entity from its owners. All transactions of the business must be separately recorded from those of its owners. That means we cannot mix personal transactions with business transactions, and personal transactions have to be identified and isolated and cannot be mixed with business transactions. Entity concept is also important because this concept really tells us why capital and liability are in the same side of the balance sheet. Many a times viewers ask me this question because they understand that assets are equal to liability, and therefore the question comes as to why equity is also in the same side as liability. So, the way to look at it is liability and equity are important source of funding the assets of the business, and therefore they are on the same side. And more importantly, equity is not a liability, but it is a source of funding. Or another way to look at it, since the business entity concept says that owners of the business and the business itself are two separate distinct entities, anything that is given to the business by the owner should be treated as a liability or almost equal to the liability in the balance sheet. Mind you, this has got nothing to do with the legal aspect of the business. For example, a business may be a proprietorship business or a partnership business. Here, the liability of the business and that of the promoter would be the same. But in the balance sheet, we record these as two separate entities because of business entity concept. Hope this concept is clear, and this will help you understand why equity is also in the same side as liability. The second most important concept that is very useful is the going concern concept. The going concern concept assumes that entity will remain in business in the foreseeable future, basically a long period of time. The business will go on for an indefinite period of time, and there are no intentions on the part of the management or the investors to liquidate the assets and close down the business. This is very important because the way in which we are recording transactions would differ substantially if the business is no longer a going concern. So, going concern is a fundamental assumption that we make when we record the transactions in the books of accounts. Last but not the least, the cost concept. The cost concept is one of the basic underlying concept of accounting, which states that all assets or expenses, whatever happens in business, are recorded at cost or the purchase price. This principle is also known as historical cost concept. We don't deal with values at the time of purchase. What we deal with is cost. So, remember three important concepts: the entity concept, going concern concept, and the cost concept. Now that we have understood these three concepts, we will move ahead and record transactions of Raj Cafe, help him to prepare his balance sheet, income statement and cash flow statement. Remember the most important rule, that is the accounting equation rule, where assets are equal to liability plus equity. You must have sometime learnt in your school a equation in mathematics called simultaneous equation. You have to simply follow the same principles for recording all the transactions using the accounting equation. In a short while, we will start with Raj Cafe's transaction and how his balance sheet pans out, and try and understand whether he is profitable, not profitable, or the state of affairs of his cafe or his coffee shop. See you soon.